The Wild Free-Roaming Horses and Burros Act of 1971 charged the Bureau of Land Management and other federal agencies with protecting and managing wild horses and burros found on public lands. The BLM Socorro Field Office manages the Bordo-Atravesado wild horse herd. The Bordo-Atravesado herd management area is about 15 miles northeast of Socorro, New Mexico. There are over 19,000 acres in the herd management area, a mix of public, private, and state land.
From my understanding from the local history I've obtained is they moved into this area around the 1950s, and it was a small group of horses. The El Corto family managed them for about 25 head, and periodically they would gather them and work them, and they used them for ranch horses. And then with the passage of the act, they became our responsibility.
The Bordo HMA can support 40 to 60 wild horses. Annual monitoring of rangeland health conditions determines the need for periodic removal of excess horses, occurring every few years. The area is beautiful, but the resources are limited and fragile.
The horses on the Bordo HMA are managed for the longevity of the herd, for the health of the herd, and for the sustainability of the public rangeland resource. If the horses on the Bordo HMA were not gathered and actively managed by BLM in conjunction with the permittee, the number would just continue to increase and escalate over years. The condition of the horses and of the rangeland resource would both deteriorate, and that's not in the best interest of the public management of this resource.
When we don't take the animals off, there can be an overpopulation, and it is a problem with the watershed, the problem with grasses not growing. It's an overrun of the species.
The BLM Socorro Field Office uses a unique water trapping method to gather horses. This horse gather is significantly smaller and more low-key than the typical BLM horse gather. The stress on the horses is minimal. Since the Bordo herd management area receives very little rainfall, conditions are dry most of the year. The horses rely on man-made water sources around the herd management area. During the gather, all of the water sources, except one, are fenced off. The only watering site that is not fenced off is the pond of water inside the corrals. The horses are used to coming into this corral throughout the year to get water, so when the other watering sources are fenced off, the horses will end up at this site. As the horses approach the corrals, the contractors wait inside the shed until the horses are far enough inside the corral for him to close the gate behind them. Once the horses have entered the corral to approach the water, the contractor manually closes the gate behind the horses, or he uses the rope and pulley system to close the gate behind the horses. Once inside the corrals, the horses are moved to separate adjacent corrals and are given food and water.
Some of the benefits of water trapping is it does make it less stressful for the animals. We're not having to gather or to push them into the corrals. They're coming in on their own and basically being confined there, and then they're taken care of with feed and water. And so as far as the stress of moving them into the corrals is taken off, and so it's a lot easier on them.
I think water trapping is the most humane way to do these things in this particular situation. It's rugged. You can see the mountains behind me. It's a rugged territory here. And the horses are rugged animals. The water trapping works very well here. I think this is a herd that we can all be proud of.